Well, I just want to start off by saying that this was a really good big win for us. Utah's a really good team, very talented offensively. So it was the number one offense against the number one defense in the Pac-12 today, or tonight. So I thought we did a really good job. The third quarter, everything. The third quarter was not good. I think we gave them 7 for 11, I believe. That's not acceptable, but I think that we get a little relaxed when we have a lead, and then we kind of just go without the same intensity as when we start the game. So we have to fix that. I saw the same thing at Oregon, and we just can't do that just moving forward. And I talked to the team about that. But I thought besides that, they averaged 11 threes. We gave them 5. We did get killed on the boards, unfortunately. But I thought we did some really good things today, and the team showed character because this is how we bounce back after a loss. So we've showed it. We lost to USC, then we got a good win here at home against Washington State, and then to lose how we did against Oregon and then to come back, have the confidence to play the way we did, I think that shows character. So I'm really proud of our team.
Did the game plan change at all after that slow quarter in the first?
Wait, sorry, what?
Did the game plan change at all after a slow first quarter?
No, because we didn't have a slow first quarter. So, I mean, for us, I don't consider that slow. I think we came out with really good defensive intensity. We know they're going to hit shots. Like, even though it was tied, it wasn't slow. I thought we were playing good defense. They were just making shots. I think the thing why it kind of looked like it wasn't intense is because they were getting middle on balls and rolling. We were giving up layups. And from a player's perspective, the reason why they were hesitant is because you have 4 3-point shooters on the perimeter at 41% each. So what happens is we know we trap. So when we trap, there's 2 people on the ball. So you're going to be in rotation. So you're reluctant on the weak side to help in the middle because you got a shooter, but that's not what we do. And we did make the adjustment. So that didn't happen later. I changed our on-ball defense. But I understand the psychological aspect of a player. Just say, okay, if I help, I get a 3. But I don't think that was good. So I think that's been a weakness that teams have exploited us with today. But I thought we started off good.
Yeah, Coach, how important was that last 4 minutes of the second quarter when you put the press on them and kind of took over?
Really important. I thought today, if we didn't have the diamond press tonight, we probably don't win the game. So this was something we've been working on and didn't show it till today, and it was very effective. I think we probably got 9 points out of it. So I think without that, I don't know if we win the game. So I think we did a good job of turning them over. I believe they had 22 turnovers. So we can force the team to 22 and have 10 ourselves. It's pretty good. And then, we have 15 assists on 26 field goals. I would like to see 19 assists on 26 field goals. But I thought we shared the ball better today. I thought the ball didn't stick as much. And I'm really proud of our team the way we played against the zone. Because sometimes we tend to get stagnant. Sometimes when we have a defensive pressing lineup in against the zone, we have trouble scoring, but we hit shots. Sam was aggressive, and we made them come out of the zone multiple times. In the second half, they didn't go back to the zone at all. So,
Coy Love with that press in the second quarter really set the tone, and then Helena got steals off of it. Just talk about how important Coy was, or she had 8 points in the second quarter.
Yeah, so Coy came in. The first time was not on point. Came in, settled for a lot of jumpers, got pulled out, reset. If you tell Coy exactly what you want, she's going to go do it. So I thought she did a tremendous job of resetting herself and then going back in and doing what we need and being a huge spark. And that's what she's been doing. So I'm really proud of her. That's hard to do as a player. You get pulled and then go back in and you're supposed to respond. But she did that. She was great on top of the press. She brings us athleticism. She brings us a player that can attack the rim one-on-one. And that's her game. And, I mean, she had some nice crossovers that almost made people fall. But I love her intensity. I love what she brings us. It's a different look. And I think that our post unit's playing well overall.
So do you think there was something specific about the way Utah plays that Sam was more aggressive, or was it within Sam?
Sam's capable of doing that every game. It's just the confidence to do so. So Sam is the type of player that if she's 0 for 3, she's not going to usually take that 4th, 5th, 6th shot. But when she starts off, I ran the first play of the game for Sam, And then she's like, she just gets confident. So maybe I'll have to keep on running the first play for her. But she's confident. But also as a player, think about it. When you've had success in some of your best games against that team, just mentally, you're more aggressive, more prepared. That's why the mental part of our game is so important. So she knows that she always plays well against Utah. So it's a confidence because she was extremely aggressive today. But that is the Sam that we need. And that's what Sam's capable of doing. We know she's a lockdown defender. We know we're going to get that every night. But when she can come in, and I mean, look at it. She only took 11 shots. Most players, to have this kind of stat line, they would need to take 15 to 18 shots. So to have 7 for 11, 6 for 9, 5 for 5, I mean, that's incredible. I thought she played a phenomenal game today and helped us win this game.
You mentioned rebounding, looking at that number. Is that a growing concern for you right now? Or?
No, because we've been rebounding most teams every game. We've been out-rebounding them. So this is one of the first games we lost rebounds. Last year, we lost every game in a rebound. So one thing to understand, so we're a really good half-court defensive team. We're full court. We're a good defensive team. So I don't expect the stats for us ever to kill teams on rebounds. Why? Because we double the ball. We're aggressive on the ball. So we are going to be in rotation. So when you're trapping the ball, you are on the backside, a guard's against a post. So we're never gonna out rebound teams by 20. Now teams if you look across the country, teams that dominate the boards, they play pack line. So the Oregon State's they have big players inside that play percentages, then they control the boards. We don't do that. We rotate, we get up. So I don't want to lose by 10, and I think 4 of these came off of free throw rebounds, but I want to win by 3 or 4 or 5. I don't care to win by 10 because I'd rather turn them over. So I prefer to force the turnovers and not worry as much about the rebounds. Defensively, I want rebounds. I don't want them to have 9 offensive. That's a controllable thing. But if we cut the 9 offensive down by 5, then it's pretty even on the boards.
Madison Conner had a couple of big steals. How do you think she performed out there tonight?
I think Madison did good. I think Maddie's been bringing us great energy. I know what I'm going to get every game from Maddie. I'm going to get someone that's not afraid. She can play 1 minute. I can put her in the fourth quarter. I can put her in the second. She doesn't care. She's not mental about those things. She's ready to come in and play, and she just wants to win. I think the thing that you saw today, she's improving defensively. And she's learned that, and she's getting out there. She couldn't do that a month ago. So Maddie's keeping people in front of her. She did a great job of taking charges today. And I think she gave us good energy. And I even thought Taylor did a really good job coming in. I wanted to find more minutes for her, and Taylor will play more minutes, but she was solid. She guarded. She made good decisions with the basketball. It's just sometimes in the heat of the moment, we're going back to our experienced starting unit. And so that sometimes then it's hard because sometimes we need a shooter in, but then Bendon, they've played in the championship game, so they can get stops when we need to. But, Taylor is extremely important. Coy. I tried Gisela early. She didn't have a lot of opportunity, but when you come in and make mistakes right off the bat, it's hard when you're not a starter. You do have a short leash.
Yeah, when Sam was in here earlier, she said her folks want her to shoot more, her fans want her to shoot more, her teammates want her to shoot more. Does that include you too?
Yeah, it's always included me. But I also don't want to put pressure on her to take bad shots. So I want to give her the confidence to shoot, but Sam's not going to ever just take 4 shots. But I don't want to put pressure on her to shoot. I want her to feel good, and I want to say, hey, this is what you can do. So I told her today on the first play, drive it also if you don't have a shot. And then she did that. So Sam's just a selfless teammate. She thinks about her team first, I think even too much sometimes. But I love what she does. If she can play like tonight, every night, it's great. She's capable. But I like the fact that she was confident enough to do those things. I know her dad is he pays her after certain stats. She gets $100. So she has a lot of money in the bank. But, she's a great defender, but I think she can give us what she did tonight offensively. And then all the other things she gives us that don't show up in the stat sheet. She forces turnovers from her ball pressure. She's a connector. She's bringing the team together during tough times at the free throw line. She's communicating about what we're in and reminding. So she does all those things that are even more important than the 25 points. So she's very hard to have off the floor.
Can you explain that review call? Was it to review that the defender was inside the circle?
Yeah,
or what was
so
that?
you can just appeal it. So Lynn did it later on in the game, but you can appeal it, and then if you're wrong, you don't get a technical or lose the ball. So there's nothing wrong with appealing it. I wish you could appeal more, because I would have been appealing like 10 things a game sometimes. But you can't do that. No, but I thought the refs did a really good job today, just allowing us to appeal. And that's something new that I didn't even know we had before. And I don't know if it's new this year, but it's a good option for us because it's really hard to, because I never think they're in the circle. I'm always like, no, they're not in the circle. But as a coach, you don't think that. So I think that's a good option to appeal. And I'm glad. That was a big swing, too. That was an important part of the game, and that was a big shift. And then I think we scored out of it, so.
Madison, right, that took that charge. And
She
then
tried to take like 3 charges, but a couple times I told her after the game, a couple times she wasn't in charging position. So like she was in the wrong position, and when in doubt, she just took a charge, but she was supposed to be like denying. So she was sitting in the key taking a charge, and I was kind of getting out. She was like, I know. But Maddie's great. Maddie's just phenomenal. I love coaching her.
DJ on the phone, any questions?
Yeah, so Coach Dia,
Mhm.
earlier this week you talked about trying to get more players in during a game and how you do it, when you do it. And it seemed like tonight more players got in and they all contributed, and it seemed like you were able to get them in at the right times. How were you able to do this?
Well, I was trying to make a conscious effort to sub players earlier because it's a lot easier to get deeper into your rotations in the first half versus the second half. But sometimes it's like when you do that and a team goes on the run, it's hard. And a 15-point lead against Utah is not a good cushion. So I tried to do that. And honestly, my intention was to rotate a couple more people in. I really wanted to find minutes today for Annegret because she's had a phenomenal week. Gisella's had a phenomenal week. And so has Nettie. So today it was just hard because then Araya got in foul trouble, but then Coy came in and played really well. So I couldn't find minutes for Nettie, and those are players I really wanted to find minutes for a couple things. For experience, we may need them down the road in the tournament, and they're freshmen, and I'm invested in them. And it's my interest to keep them and develop them. So getting these experience, even if it's a couple minutes, is very important down the line. So that will happen this week, but it's just, we got to win games. And sometimes you think about everybody and you want to play everybody, and then you end up losing the game. So it's a hard balance as a coach.
Do you have any more questions for Coach Barnes?
Yeah, can I ask one more?
Sure.
So this week you added in this press.
Well, I've had it in a while ago, but it was our secret.
It was your secret, okay, but you unveiled it.
Mhm.
For the rest of the season, are you going to be adding other things to like little tweaks to your system?
Of course. We have to do that, PJ, or else we won't win games. We all have synergy. We scout each other. I think that's what it's about. So, like, honestly, if we didn't have 5 new players, I would have added probably 10 more things by now. But I'm not someone who's going to run 20 things and run them all bad. We have to get better in the half court against a sagging man. I know that. So for me, it's not conducive to add 4 more plays and just not run any of them well. So we're going to pick 3 or 4, run them well, and it was better today, right, than it was a couple weeks ago. But as we progress and moving in, not this week because there's so many games, but in the next few weeks we are going to add a few things, and we're working on some stuff. But right now with the quick turnarounds, you're scouting now. It's a walkthrough tomorrow for Sunday's game. Then we play again on Wednesday. It's really, you don't have time to put in things. But you'll see in the next few weeks we'll slowly put in different things because you have to win games. So yes, you will see more, but I can't tell you what they are because my secret will be out of the bag.
Any more questions for Coach Barnes? Javier?
With Sunday's game against Colorado, they said on the PA that you're looking for to fill the arena. Or what's your objective for that with fans?
I always want to fill the arena. How many people did we have tonight?
7,099 was the announced attendance.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have 10,000 people at least. I don't want to be greedy and say 15 because I know there is Omicron and some people are like, So I think we can have 10,000. I think a Sunday, noon, 2 top teams. Colorado's the top 25. They're like 22nd in the country against 10. So we need to take care of home court, and it helps having the fans. So when there's 10,000 people, it's a lot easier to win a game, especially the second game of the weekend. So yeah, if we can get 10,000 people, it really helps us win. It gives us that extra energy. And, it's hard to play here. People don't want to play here, and Colorado is really good. And they're going to be really angry after the ASU loss, so it's going to be a hard game. And then we have a tough battle. So if you think of Arizona, 2 games at home against Utah, Colorado, very good teams. And then we go UCLA, Cal, and I think Cal's playing it close with Stanford right now. I don't know what the score is. But then we go, so UCLA, Cal, Stanford. That's a tough 5-game stretch in 9 days against really good teams. So we need to take care of home court. So we need fans. We need to pack this place. And then after that, when we return, we have the Oregons. And I want sellouts for those two, especially against Oregon. I want to sell this place out. And then against Oregon State, that'd be a good thing too, because they're 2 really good teams. And we play better. And this place is electric and loud. And we have the best fans in the country. So 10,000 on Sunday. You guys got to help me pub that.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. And we will, see
Bye,
you on
PJ.
Sunday. Bye. All right, everybody. Real quick note before we get started: Sam Thomas with a season-high 26 points, matches a career high with 6 made threes. So, great job tonight, Sam. Great job tonight, Lauren. That being said, we'll go ahead and get into questions for the student athletes. Kim, if you'd like to get us started.
So we talked about your shooting and being aggressive earlier this week. What did you feel that was working tonight that you could be more aggressive?
Yeah, I think just in practice, just been working on a lot of shots. We've been focusing on just shooting a bunch of shots, like game-like shots, coming off staggers, kicking to the corner. So I think after I hit like my first 2, my confidence was up. So then I was just able to keep going. My teammates kept finding me, and they were intentionally looking for me. So I think that's what really helped.
You played more aggressively offensively tonight. What did you see out there, and what was the reason behind that?
Yeah, I think Utah was playing us in a zone a bit, so I think we were able to attack the gaps. I mean, and they were doubling on our post players, so Lauren had a great kick out to me on one of the threes. So I think we just were finding us, the shooters in the zone. I mean, Maddie hit a couple, so I think then we were able to pull them out the zone. So then it was a little bit more harder to find threes when my teammates kept driving, kicking, and somehow found me.
Defensively, you guys gave up around 50% shooting in that first quarter. What was the difference from that point on? Because you guys seemed to lock in a little bit more after that first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, we knew how great Utah was offensively, so we knew we couldn't let them shoot 50% the whole game or else they would blow us out by like 30. So we just knew we had to lock down, play intense, play our Arizona defense. We tried to throw out different defenses at them, so I think that's what really helped them. We just locked in.
Yeah, when Utah was making that run there in the third quarter / fourth quarter, was there any part of you, for either of you guys, that kind of went, here we go again from the Oregon game?
Yeah, I think we kind of talked about it in the locker room at halftime because we knew that that's kind of something we needed to work on, was coming out at halftime, like when we have a big lead, not letting them like punch us in the mouth and like get a big lead on us. So, I mean, I think we knew in that situation we were prepared for like what they were going to throw at us, and I think we did a good job of getting stops on defense, then scoring again and being composed and stuff like that. So I think we were prepared for it.
Sam, was it a concerted effort for you to shoot like that? I mean, is that something that the coaches obviously been wanting you to do more? Was that on your mind going into this and knowing you had to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think my family, the fans, the coaches, my teammates, everybody in the world always wants me to shoot more. I mean, it's been a constant thing my whole time here. So sometimes I do shoot a little bit more. I am trying to shoot more this season. I know we're trying to get everyone to contribute as much as possible. Hopefully have all 5 people, all 5 stars, even 6-man, average double figure. So just trying to do my part.
What did you guys see the last 4 minutes of the second quarter? You put the press on them and really took them out of the game. What was the deal there?
Yeah, that press is something we've been working on. It's new for us. I think we were pretty confident in it. We've been working on it all this week, and I don't think they were really prepared for it. So when we knew that they didn't really know how to defend it, Adia just kept pressuring us to keep staying up on the ball, and we turned them over a lot, which started our offense and made it easier for us.
Lauren, your ability to pass to find your teammates, has that always been an emphasis for you? Is that something you're working on, developing?
Yeah. I think I'm kind of used to it because, I mean, in high school, I was always like the tallest post. So I think I was always getting double teamed. So I think passing is something that I've been pretty good at. I just haven't really had the chance to like show it. But this game, knowing that they were going to double us, our coaches made a big emphasis that we were going to be able to kick out for open shots. And our guards did a good job of moving on the backside. And that's another thing we emphasized. And they did really well. So it was easy for us to find them on the outside when they were doubling us.
Lauren, it seemed like Utah was able to keep in this game on the glass. They won battle on the glass. What were they doing out there to win that battle, and what do you guys need to do to adjust moving forward?
I think a lot of it is just rotation wise. Obviously we're a really big pressure team. So when we trap, we're always out of rotation usually. So it's hard for us to box out because we're not stuck to our man like a normal team would be if they're sagging. So that's just something we need to get better at, is finding people on the glass and boxing them out. And just being more physical and tough.
Lauren, along those lines, McFarland had a great first half, but she only had 2 points in the second half.
Yeah.
What was the difference there with you defending her and some of the other bigs?
Again, it was just rotation. As you saw, like a lot of them were just wide open shots from our trap, and that's something that we need to work on, is our trapping. If we get more pressure on the ball and our traps are better and tighter, then they're not going to have those open looks. So I think we did better at that, at controlling and getting rotation on the backside, so she wasn't getting those open shots.
Lauren, you've been playing heavy minutes the last couple games since coming back from injury. Just how was recovering from the knee injury, and then just how have you felt the last couple games?
It was like obviously it was a little longer than we expected for it to be, and that was just, it wasn't anything like structurally, it was just like swelling stuff wasn't going away. So I've been feeling really good, and I've been really eager to come back, so I'm just excited to get in and just kind of get back to where I was before.
PJ on the phone, got any questions?
Yeah, this one's for Sam. I know you said you sort of made a little concerted effort to be more aggressive tonight, but as that started, were you feeling it? What did you feel like, hey, this is going to be my game? I feel like shots are going to go down. And then also, did you have anything special to eat before this game?
Yeah, tell me.
I think after I hit my first 2 shots, my confidence was up. I didn't go into the game thinking like this was my night. I usually have my best games against Utah. I don't know why, but that's just been something that's happened in the past. But I think after I hit my first 2, I got a feel for the game, got a feel how they were going to guard me and stuff. So I was able to be aggressive. Didn't really have anything special to eat. Same old. I had some extreme cheddar goldfish though. I usually don't do that.
That's it.
Do you have any more questions for the student athletes?
So when Utah was coming back into the game, I think they're down by 4 or 5 points there in the second half. What was Coach Barnes' message that helped you close that game out?
We just have to play our defense and focus on us. We can't worry about what they're doing and try to adjust to them. They need to adjust to us. So we tried to keep up the pressure, play like how we kind of were. I think it was like at the beginning of the third quarter when we really made that run. So we just she just said, keep the focus on us, keep the lead. We got to keep growing. We got to get a score stop. We always do that in practice where, you score and then you got to get a couple stops in a row before like they can score again. So that's something we emphasize in practice. So she just always tells us stop, score, stop.